Hi everybody, it's Becky. How are you doing tonight? Checking in with you guys to see how everyone is doing, what you're working on, and to show you what I've been working on. So as you know, I just completed my monthly grab bag for May. And I showed in my video yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, might have been 2 days ago. I have no idea what day it is. I asked about what paintings you guys wanted me to work on next. I showed 4 paintings that were gifted to me by Lazy Retired Granny for my birthday. And so while I waited on some votes to come in on that, I worked on this little keychain that I picked up from Dollar General. Not Dollar General, Dollar Tree. Dollar General in my area has not gotten diamond paintings, but if they're out there eventually, I hope to get them. So this is from Dollar Tree. It's a little keychain, and I've got it all done. It turned out super cute. So the actual adhesive part came on like its own little sheet of paper where it was printed, and then you peel it off like a sticker and put it onto the little wooden holder part and add your little keychain on it. One could probably pretty easily reverse that if you had some painting or some adhesive stuff, because they do give you the whole guide here on just printed paper where you could actually probably just reverse this and make it a double-sided keychain. So it went really quickly. I finished it in like 10 minutes maybe. It actually probably took me longer to put the keychain on there than it did to do the whole rest of it. So anyways, there it is. These would be a super fun little project for like a kid's birthday party, or if you've got somebody that's like, I really don't know if I want to try diamond painting, I don't want to invest a whole lot. $1.25 gave you the whole kit. Came with more than enough drills. It came with a basic tray with wax and a single placer, which is all you need for this one for sure. So if anybody you know wants to try diamond painting, but they don't want to do anything super big, there you go. There's a $1.25 project, and just for scale, here it is with the boat. So it's not much bigger than the boat itself, just a little bit wider on each side. So yeah, I think that gives a good perspective of size on this. If you wanted to give them out as like stocking stuffers or what have you, definitely worth the $1.25. So like I said, I put up a vote for what you guys wanted to see next, and the vote was pretty unanimous about what everybody wanted me to see first, or to start on first. So I'll give you a sneak peek at the color palette. I did get all 4 sets kitted up. So I've got here lots of yellows, pinks, reds, blues. Does that let you know what painting we're starting with first? Do you recognize those colors? There is a lot of the same shade of blue. There's like, I think there's 3 of the letter U in there. I had enough space in this kit to be able to just, you know, keep filling up. Anywhere that I had duplicates, like 2 and 3, or 2 I've got duplicate of. I've got a couple pots of V, and that way I didn't have to worry about going back and having loose bags anywhere. So your next clue, let's see if you can tell by this. I bet you can see now what we're doing. Yes, I've got a bit of trash kind of hanging around from that little cupcake diamond painting, but right here kind of gives you a little hint of what we're doing. So yep, our first of the 4 from Diamond, or by Lazy Retired Granny, is going to be Happy. So we've got little bumblebees and a beehive. It is a 30 by 40, and it is round with 23 colors. The drill field on this is super, super clean, so I don't foresee any troubles with it. I'm going to turn it this way, and we're going to start in what would be the top left corner. So I'll start working on painting this with you guys. I did just take a little sticky label to write the name on each of our kits for these. This one I just cut out a little piece of tape. I do have a couple empty containers in this one for the gnome and a whole bunch of white left. This is, I think, like 3665 or 3865. It would have taken 2 pots for one of these bags. So rather than having spare pots in the gnome one, I did just opt to leave those in their own little kit. Our own little bags, and we'll worry about those later. So let's see here. All right, so this coming weekend is Memorial Day. Do any of you have big plans for Memorial Day? Do you camp? Do you get the summer started? Do you celebrate the loss of the, or well, I guess it should say, mourn the loss of the soldiers that have fought for our freedom? How do you celebrate Memorial Day? So our family cemetery, every year they allow 2 weeks of Memorial Day flower decorations out of the grave sites. They prefer not to have any, loose flowers around for most of the year, just because they, if you don't go out and take care of them yourself, they're just going to get blown all over the cemetery and clutter it up. And they prefer to keep it nice and clean out there. So we go out there usually the week before Memorial Day. What has been working for my family for the last few years has been to go out the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, and then I go back out 2 weeks later and pick everything up, because like I said, we can only leave it out for 2 weeks at a time. Everything else has to be permanent plants, or like a permanent installation of like a vase, or a like a shepherd's hook to hang like a live plant from, and things like that. So I need to look and see about getting a nice shepherd's hook to put a new wind chime on my grandmother's grave. She had one out there for quite a while, and unfortunately through the storms it ended up getting damaged, and so I need to get a new shepherd's hook out there and get a new wind chime for her. And I'd love to be able to have like bird feeders, like hummingbird feeders, or bird feed cedars out there to attract lots of birds to her gravesite. She always kept her bird feeders full, and I know she would enjoy that. But our family cemetery it's far enough away that I wouldn't want to go up there every few days to refill feeders. But it is close enough to go up there, and decorate and, do the occasional visits and such, but not, I wouldn't want to be up there like every single week trying to fill a bird feeder. So that's why that hasn't happened yet. If I could figure out the logistics of keeping it full, I probably would have already done it. but like I said, it's not something that's in the cards to be able to go up there that often. So we'll just see. You know, I'll make the suggestion to the family and see if anybody has any thoughts of, you know, ways that we could install a feeder that would stay fresh and filled in between visits. So, but for now, we will settle for getting her a new wind chime, and, you know, I know she'll enjoy that. So, after we do our cemetery cleanup and decorating, because we always go through and make sure that the cemetery that our family headstones are all nice and neat, and, you know, they're weed eated around. Our cemetery does a great job keeping the big areas mowed. But if, you know, to get right up around the headstones, they don't do that because they don't want to cause any damage, which I appreciate. Headstones are not cheap, so we don't want to do anything to compromise them. But we usually take, you know, scrub brushes and brooms and, you know, weed eat around the headstones and then sweep them off and scrub any dirt and debris out of the lettering and things like that so that they stay legible. And just do some general maintenance around the area, and of course pay our annual dues up there. There's not I say dues, it's not really like you must pay this amount. They have somebody there to accept donations for the maintenance, the ongoing maintenance at the cemetery, you know, to be able to make sure it stays mowed and fences stay mended and things like that. So that's another big part of what we do up there, is anyone in our family who is in a position to be able to give, they make sure to give to the cemetery fund. So after that, I have asked those who are coming to help with the family cleanup and decorating day, if they'd like to come join us for a cookout at my husband's family cabin on the lake, and a few of them plan on coming. Some of them have not answered yet, so we'll see how many decide on the day of to come over and hang out with us for a little bit. Just doing like hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill, nothing terribly fancy. And then Monday, the 27th, is my husband's birthday, so we will spend that day celebrating him. He always likes to make the joke that he gives the whole country the day off on his birthday, which, all with an asterisk, because I know I worked in retail for a very, very long time, and you don't get the day off. And I literally I didn't even spill drills. I didn't have the hole lined up, and I just poured them out. So let's see how many we can get picked up here. Just take my heart wax here and just smush it down on them, and it picks them up pretty good. I do have a tiny little desktop vacuum that I could use, but it's on my desk, not in my painting area. So, plus this is a whole lot quieter. And if you've never done that, I don't have the plastic on this because I do keep it in this little case that keeps it relatively moist, doesn't dry out totally. And Lord knows we all have enough wax that it doesn't matter how many uses we get out of it before we have to throw it away. We all have plenty. All right. Now, someone in the comments on my last video had mentioned that they have the individual cases like these and seem to like them so far, much better than they like the little 4 connected ones. So if you're in the market for new storage, you might, if you're looking for something for these smaller paintings where you don't need, you know, 60 or 80 colors all at once, you might look at those and see if they're in your budget. On Temu, you just type in diamond painting storage and you get tons of different options that come up, and those should come up in there. I want to say they're, you know, under $5 for sure. Maybe even under $3. So if you're looking for cheap storage, that's a good way to go. The 28 count is definitely going to be a smaller price tag. But there also is an option of 56. So if you do some, you know, bigger paintings that you don't necessarily need huge quantities of any drill color for, they're a good option for that. So now, because I kitted this up in the order that the drills were, you'll probably notice something that, you know, drives me nuts. We're out of alphabetical order here because that's just the way they were numbered here on the guide. So to not drive myself too crazy while kitting up, I went ahead and just kept them in that order. I may regret that later, but for right now, that's the way they are. Let's see, I'm not seeing any 5s there, so let's go on to 6. 5 is a really pretty color of pink. It doesn't really show very well on here, but it's a really pretty, like, carnation pink. Let's see, color number is 604 on number 5. If you happen to have any DMC 604, you'll know what I'm talking about. What else do we have this week? I don't think we've got anything else booked this week other than Memorial Day weekend. And then next week, I have my monthly Quilt Guild meeting. And I also have a class that I'm taking the day after. So I've taken off from work for a day so that I can go take a class on a quilt style that I've never done before. It's a modern style quilt. And so it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. Because I don't have the pattern yet, I'm kind of iffy on whether or not I'm going to like it. And I've looked, and the pattern writer, you know, has her own website where she sells her patterns, but I have not found this particular one on her website. So I'm like, I can't really, like, peek at the pattern. One of my friends that booked the class for us reached out to the instructor for this class, who actually wrote the pattern, and was like, hey, we've got some people that are, you know, kind of struggling with their color selections. Can you maybe send some sample pictures other than the one that you already sent us? And so they can kind of have an idea of what they want everything to look like, what color scheme they want to go with. And the lady was kind enough to send her some pictures from a previous class, and so we could see what other people had chosen to do with their colorways. And so that was super helpful in deciding what I wanted to do. I thought I saw a stray in there. There's one bright yellow. It's probably a number 8. We're gonna pick him up and put him in with the 8s. A lot of these budget-friendly ones, I noticed that there's a hitchhiker or two amongst the drills, and I don't know if they're in the bags like that or if they have stuck to, like if I've got the tray and they've fallen in the tray and then I pour them in, if maybe they're stuck in the tray. So who knows, but we just either put them back where they go if we know where they go, and if we don't know where they go, we just toss them aside. The only downfall I find to this particular craft is the fact that there really is a lot of waste if you don't save your drills, which, I mean, unless you're planning on doing something with those drills, there's really not much need in saving them. You know, you can get little wooden plaques and things from the Dollar Tree that you can glue your extra diamonds to and put them on picture frames, and I've seen lots of cute little things for them, but nothing that I'm like, yeah, I want to keep my drills for that. I used to, and I do still have quite a few stashed away that if anybody did ever need them, I'd be happy to share. For now anyways, I may at some point in time decide to toss those out. So let's see here. So I've got my quilting class coming up. We've got my husband's birthday shindig. Got family time to do the cemetery. I think that's really all about all that's really going on in life right now. So for now, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll keep you updated on this painting as it comes along. If I had more to chit chat about, I'd try to do all of these on camera. My life is not that interesting though. So I will do as much as I can on camera when I have stuff to chit chat about, but otherwise I will work on these and just post video updates as I go. Remember to like and comment on the video. Let me know what you're thinking about. Let me know if I'm if you have any topics you'd like me to touch on. And I will talk to you guys another time. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.